Okay, everybody, let's settle on in here. It is a first alert weather day, and for your Wednesday, it has been an active morning out there. If you've been following along with us on Sunrise, now getting over to more of our, digital content, we want to make sure as you're out and about, you're not into just, of course, areas where you're in the comfort of your homes. You can still do your best to stay safe. Keep weather aware with us as we track you through what is still going to be an active day at times, even though the bulk of the heavy rain is for the morning commute. So let's, of course, take you on forward with this. I'm going to give you a live check outside, see how we're going to be taking a look here. And with that view, this is what we've been seeing, just the damp roadways. This has been all across South Carolina. This hasn't even just been for the Midlands. It has been heavy rounds of rainfall that have continued in a really, aggressive sense during the early morning hours. There's been some little pockets where it's been heavier, somewhere it's been lighter, but overall, it has been widespread coverage. With all of this rain, we've seen plenty areas of, getting towards or getting over 1 inch of rainfall, and that is something that still keeps on this morning. So as we look onward here, we're going to see a lot of average temperatures, mid and upper 50s, a little bit of a breeze out of the east-northeast. The main name of the game still continues to be this rainfall that is just all around for us. And we projected this a couple days, we figured this was going to be into the very early morning commute times today. It has been happening, it has panned out, and we just want to make sure you are continuing to stay safe out there as we keep our eyes forward, because it's not done just yet. We need to keep discussing this. It's going to be a little bit of a tricky day, because even though we've seen the rainfall reaching that peak with these totals over 1 inch, some minor street flooding obviously causing some issues. There's been a good handful of accidents out around the region we've reported on. Those quick downpours will start to shake up and break up into the early afternoon today. Okay, now that's around lunchtime, but just because that happens, that does not mean we're going to see these differences. We have to think about how all of this is going to be looking onward, how things are going to be changing, okay? So as this all occurs, we're going to be working to see this heavy rain change to spotty activity. We'll break up early in the afternoon, and then we're going to continue to see a little bit of a fight back by the evening. That is where we see the lasting push of this system. Then we get to Thursday sunshine. That's when things start to change pace. So let's, of course, see all of this out as we go on forward now. We're going to track it through again for you. I've been doing this all throughout the morning. I want to update you on it again. So here's 9 o'clock, between 9 and 10. We're starting to see that rain thinning out a bit, more of the heaviest stuff off towards the PD region of South Carolina over to the coast of South Carolina. So that's going to be something that holds steady there, okay? Now, as that continues, we're going to be seeing a little bit more of this settled in. And then it starts to just really alleviate itself. We start to see a bit more of the way of that core of the low that's brought us all this rain out of the Gulf of Mexico make a move a little bit further towards the east. We see it really impacting coastal communities now, really even getting up into North Carolina at this point. Then we start to warm up during the day. And after we get through this phase, when a lot of people might think, oh, it's said and done, no, we actually see another fight back, one little lasting push of a few showers and storms that could actually come together here, some convective potential. This is going to be where we're getting to that transition phase where there's going to be drier and cooler air trying to battle against this rain as it starts to make its move out. So we can see a little bit more in the way of some convective potential. Got to watch out for that. Don't be caught off guard by some very late day and evening rumbles of thunder. Then the dryness happens. We see the beauty break out into Thursday. Sunshine is there for you. Love to see that. You could trade in a lot of the rain gear. I'm sure a lot of folks are having this morning for some of the sunglasses into that Thursday. It is going to be a beautiful day tomorrow, and we really need to see that change. It is going to be a nice change of pace. Friday, we get back to the clouds, so we can trade in those sunglasses again. But then we're going to see a little bit more of this moisture eventually changing to rain threats, and that will likely be for Saturday. And of course, we'll get you we'll get you there when we get there. We're going to be focusing a little bit more on that forecast later today, working to fine-tune it for you, and that is going to be something I will elaborate on in just a second. But right now, one more shout out to what has been going on for this Wednesday. It's been a first alert weather day because of that heavy morning rainfall impacting commutes out there, and just anyone who has to go out and about or makes that choice to go out and about for morning travel without waiting later into the day. You need to know what you're getting into. You have to be careful out there on those roads, still with water ponding up. You need to be careful pumping those brakes. Be cautious about motorists around you. Now, Thursday, yeah, it's all about improvements. That sun breaks out. A late shower is possible on Friday, but this is then where we get into another realm of a potential first alert weather day, and that will likely be on Saturday. As I said, we're just going to fine-tune the forecast. We're still looking to see the potential, even of over 1, possibly closer to even 2 inches of rain in some spots collectively from Friday night through Saturday. So we have our eyes on that day for for you next, but still want to make sure you are being safe out there for your Wednesday travels. Thank you again for taking another check of your First Alert Forecast update. Always appreciate you checking in. You know, of course, really love that you are staying weather aware and informed, as that's always our goal and our number one objective to keep you safe.